That is where you can gain the marks. That is where the difference can be from an A to an A star, from a B to an A. For you to be able to answer any questions that come, it comes from one simple thing. One simple thing. That is where you improve. That is where it challenges you. That is where the things that you did not know you had inside you will start coming out. You're running away from what could potentially change your grades. Okay, right. So just to give you a bit of context so you know I'm not playing around and I'm not lying. Let me show you this. So it's Sunday 17th of April. If this thing focuses, don't focus my face, focus the camera. 17th of April, it's a Sunday, 7:30. Literally had class the whole day, woke up at 5 and had class the whole day, absolutely shattered. And I said to myself, okay, I'll record the video tomorrow, let me get some rest. But then I thought, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. You are going through your revision, you are going through your stress, you are going through your period of work. What's my excuse? Even though I had a week of crazy stuff, literally left and right, I'm still gonna put this out because I know you need this, and I thought, you know what, let me put the extra effort and record this for you, and hopefully this can help you out. So would appreciate if you can show a bit of love. I don't like asking this because I don't like asking for things that's not in my nature, but if you can appreciate it, just give it a thumbs up. Would really appreciate that, even though I'm absolutely shattered. But I'm gonna put this video out for you because I know you are gonna need this. So let's get straight into this. What I've done basically is I've written bullet points and I've got it here, so basically I don't get lost in how you're going to be able to do this, achieve the A's and A stars in under 1 month. Okay, now the first step, if you don't have this, or if you're not willing to do this, you can forget about watching the rest of this video. You can stop right now. Okay, so do not watch this if you can't do the first step, or if you're not willing to do the first step. You should, but if not, I'm just telling you now. And what I would say is don't skip the video to these different sections, because what I've done is I've done it in an order. So you need to be able to do step 1, step 2, step 3. It gives it in a nice chronological order for you to follow. So don't try, it's not going to be worth your time if you're trying to skip. Trust me, then you just don't watch the video. Now the first one, let's get to the first one. The first one is work ethic. Okay, and what I mean by work ethic is when you're doing a question, it could be any subject. If you don't understand the question, or if you don't know how to do the question, even let's say, for example, a maths question, you look at this maths question and you don't understand how to do the maths question, it doesn't mean that you are bad at maths. It doesn't mean that you don't know how to do it. It doesn't mean that you're dumb or stupid at it. What it means is you've not come across a question like this before, and you need to find a way of understanding what it's asking you and how to answer it. Let me repeat that because this is very important. A lot of people struggle with this because they think when they don't understand a question, they think they're stupid and dumb. When you see a question you don't know how to do, you are not bad at the subject. All it means is you've never seen a question being asked in that way before. So what does that mean? That basically means now you've got new information coming at you. Okay, I've never seen this question before. What do I do? This is where you start using, okay, information, knowledge, things that you know. If you don't know how to answer it, look at textbooks. That is fine. Because if it's something that you've never seen before, you can try and think about how to answer them. But if you don't know how to answer it, get the resources to try and help you. There's nothing wrong with that. Remember, exam questions, the way you want to look at exam questions or even topic questions, it doesn't matter, is any new sort of information that comes at you, any new sort of questions that comes at you is good. It's good. And this is the problem where, think of it like, I'll just kind of move away from the study so that you can understand this from a general perspective. When you do something new, it doesn't matter whatever it is, anything new, right? Anything new that you've never accustomed to, how do you normally take it? How do you normally feel? You feel like you're rubbish, right? You feel like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. You feel quite uncomfortable because you've never been in that scenario before. You've never been in that situation before. So when something new happens, you kind of feel like, oh my gosh, I'm rubbish at it. I'm not good. But that's normal. That is normal because you've never done this before. Now, the only way you can get better at it is when you try and resolve it, when you try and solve that issue, trying to solve the problem. So it's the same thing with these kind of questions, these exam questions. If you've never seen these exam questions before, that is good. Don't bring yourself down. I remember I used to bring myself down a lot, and it made me feel like so stupid because when I was looking at these exam questions and I was like, I did all this revision, but I can't even answer this, and it made me dumb. But it was like, no, that's not the way to look at it. The way you want to look at it is, okay, there's this exam question. What am I missing here? What am I not understanding? What's the gap in my knowledge? That's how you want to look at it. That's very important. And that's the shift in mindset, because a lot of us, it's very easy to think we're stupid and dumb when we don't know how to answer a question, and we think that we're rubbish at this subject, and we bring ourselves down and then we get demotivated. That's the weak way of doing it. That's the cop out. As opposed to doing that, look at it, okay, ooh, this is a question that I don't know. Okay, what is it asking me? Trying to underline certain things. Now, this is where it comes under work ethic, because work ethic is where you don't give up even when it gets hard. Let me repeat that. Work ethic is when you don't give up even when it gets hard. You plow through, you keep going. Even when you get demoralized, even when you get demotivated, even when you feel something is hard, you still go through it. That is work ethic. You do not give up. It's very important because it's easy to give up. It's easy to give up. So I want you to understand when you're going to come, you probably have come across a lot of these questions, exam questions that you've never come across. If you do, put it down in the comments. I'll be interested to know. But if you come across these kind of questions, all it means is, oh, I haven't seen this exam question before. Okay, cool. Let me try and understand it. And this is where you get the help. You look at textbooks. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about trying to answer exam questions. Like, try and think about it if you can. But if you can't, use help for now. Because most likely that exam question might come up again. So if you know how to answer it now, you've got something now in your repertoire. Like, okay, now I know how to answer an exam question like this. So that's what I would say, right? The first one is work ethic. Work ethic is when things get hard, plow through. Don't, again, I know I keep bringing this up, but I just want you guys to understand, and I'm going to keep bringing this back again. These YouTubers and TikTokers that say, oh, if you don't understand a question, don't worry about it, you'll be okay. No, what do you mean, don't worry about it, you'll be okay? You still have to answer the question. You still have to answer the exam question. You still need to know how to answer the exam question. And this is what I was saying. They just make it as if it's like, okay, don't worry about it if you don't understand. It's okay. Find a way. Find a way of answering the question. Because what it means is when you're going to get in, like I know I'm bringing back life and trying to, I know, excuse me when I do this, but when you're going to get in life and you're going to get stages of life where you come across something new, what are you going to do? You're just going to give up. You have to find a way to solve this problem. You have to find a way to get through this challenge. It's the same thing with these exam questions. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Gosh, my throat. So this is what I would say. When you go through these exam questions, just look at them, try and understand what is it asking you. And if you still don't understand, go ask your teachers. And if they're not willing to do it, nag them. They have a responsibility to help you. And if you still don't, try and ask another teacher. Right? Look at textbooks and all that stuff first. And if you can't find the answer, you're struggling, ask the teachers. It's your responsibility. You're the one who has to chase them because it's your grade. It's not their grade. They don't care. They got their grade. You're the one who's tackling this. Do you see what I'm talking about? Work ethic. Do you see? It's all coming back to work ethic here. What is your work ethic like? Are you going to be like a lion with the attitude of, you know what, I don't understand this, but I'm going to find the answer. I'm going to find the answer to this, and when I find the answer, I'm going to be, yes, that's great. Do you know how much confidence that will give you? As opposed to what the general public, general population does, general students does, where it's like they look at an exam question and they don't know how to answer it, and then they get demotivated, they get demoralized, they get negative thoughts. They're like, oh, I'm stupid, I don't know how to do it. Oh, come on, man. You gotta be a bit more like, gutsy. You gotta like, okay, you know what, I don't understand, but I'm gonna try and find an answer to it. And when you find an answer to it, man, your confidence level rises. Then you're like, okay, bring me other questions. And you use that same principle again, that same method of how you were able to do the other one. You do the same thing again. Do you know how much you'll learn from that? Work ethic is just, oh man, this is the thing that they don't teach you in school. If they teach you these things, literally, like you will see you're studying in a different manner, different way. So the first one is work ethic. Now the second one was, focus on the questions you struggle with. This is so important. It's so easy. I think I mentioned this in one of my old videos. It's so easy to focus on the questions that you're good at. Why? Because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good when you're able to answer the question, right? Be honest with yourself. When you look at an exam question or topic exam question, end of exam question, whatever it is, or a question, you're like, oh, I know how to answer it. And then you get the answer right. It makes you feel good. But that feeling good is not what you want. See, I'm sounding a bit now, this is different, right? But this is the truth. You do not want to feel good. You want to do questions that make you feel bad, that make you feel negative, that make you feel a bit anxious, that make you feel a bit if you want, in your own words, dumb and stupid. Why? Because for you to get you need to do the things that makes you feel uncomfortable. That's as simple as that. Why? Because those things that you're uncomfortable with are the things that you need to improve on. Does that make sense? I'll repeat that again. The things that you feel uncomfortable with are the things that you need to improve on. Don't be running away from that. It will come back and haunt you. Trust me when I say this. It will come back and haunt you. You might think, oh, no, I don't know how to answer this question. Oh, I don't want to do anything with this topic. I'm going to stick with the topics that I know. No, you're not learning anything. Don't do the questions that you know. You're not learning. There's no learning there. For you to get better, and this is just, again, this is in life as well. This is what I like to bring a bit of that stuff. For you to get better in life, for you to improve as an individual, you need to do the things that you feel the most uncomfortable, the things that put you outside your comfort zone. You can't be in your comfort zone. The moment you're in your comfort zone, you are not learning. You've stopped learning. Do not do that. I remember I used to just do the questions that I understood, and then I realized, my brain is not getting challenged. I'm just doing the things that I know how to answer. I'm not really, apart from the dopamine feeling of, oh yeah, I know how to do it. Other than that, my brain doesn't get challenged. Is that what I want? I don't want that. I don't want that. So I said, okay, no, let me focus on the things I struggle. And yes, it is going to be difficult. At the beginning, it's going to be difficult. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. How do I do this? Use the resources around you. Use it. If you don't know, put it down in the comments. I'm more than happy to help you out. I'm more than happy to give you the steps. These are things that I've done myself. But you've got to be comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. Now that's a good quote as well. Gosh, you got to feel comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. It's so important. That is where you learn. That is where you improve. That is where it challenges you. That is where the things that you did not know you had inside you will start coming out. All these people say, just do this, just do the things that you know, or just stick with the things that you know. Don't over challenge yourself. Bullshit. What do you mean don't challenge yourself? It's all sweet and rosy. It annoys me because you're running away from what could potentially change your grades. There's no point of doing things that you know. There is no point of sticking to things that you know. Oh, focus on your strengths. Yeah, you know the strengths. What is there to focus on? You're very good at it. It's like when you're brushing your teeth. You've been brushing your teeth every day, right? You know how to brush your teeth. Do you focus? Oh, brushing my teeth is my strength, so I'm going to focus on that. You don't focus on that. Focus on the things that you don't know. That is where the growth and improvement happens. That is where you can gain the marks. That is where the difference can be from an A to an A star, from a B to an A. That is the difference, not your strengths. And you got to feel comfortable with that. Because if you are able to start going into that mindset, this raw mindset of, I'm going to go and tackle the things that make me feel uncomfortable, trust me, you are ahead of 99% of the population. Why? Because 99% of the population just want to do the comfortable, easy things. A lot of people don't want to do the hard things. I've done the hard things. I've done things that people would never ever do. Trust me when I say that. Not just in studies, in other aspects of life that I can share with you if you want. I've done things that's very, very uncomfortable. Things that hits you right in the heart, deep, that will bring you to your knees down. Trust me when I say that. I didn't want to do it, but I know I had to do it for me to improve as an individual. It's the raw truth. So what I'm saying to you is, in your studies, as you're doing this, go with the things that makes you feel uncomfortable. It will feel uncomfortable. Maybe for the first 30 minutes, half an hour, 30 minutes, and now you'll feel uncomfortable. But when you keep coming back, you start getting used to it. You start getting used to, okay, I don't know how to answer this question. Let me look at these books. Okay, let me read this content. It's going to feel uncomfortable. But as you start doing it, every single time, every second, you start feeling a bit more comfortable. You start getting used to it. That is good. But you got to take that first step. Only you. I can't push you. I can't do it for you. You have to do it. Because it goes back to this, right? This is where it goes back to. It's like, I know this video is a bit long, but these things are just coming out of me. I didn't want to say all this stuff, but it's just kind of literally I'm flowing here. So I just thought, you know what, let me just say this. You have to ask yourself, when as a person, what do you want to become? Do you want to just do the easy things in life? If you're going to do the easy things in life, you're going to have a very average life. It's as simple as that. You are going to have an average life. If that is what you want, listen, respect. Cool. You got it. Fine. But then don't complain when you look at someone else who's doing better than you. Don't complain. You have no right to complain. Because that other person has probably put in the hard work, probably did things that they did not want to do, that felt uncomfortable, and they went different levels. You have no right to complain. This is what a lot of people do these days. This is what I was saying, society is soft. Oh, this person's doing better than me. Oh, this person's got, 9 A stars, 10 A stars. Oh, this person's got a degree in Oxford. Oh, this person's got a Lambo. Or this person's got this amount of money. What are you doing? What are you doing in your life as opposed to looking at other people? You got to look at, okay, what do I need to do to get to the next level? Why are you looking at someone else? It's of no concern to you. If you're using that as a benchmark of where you want to be, fine, I get that, respect, I understand that. But if you use that as a negative way, which most people do, trust me, most people do, they use that as a negative way and then they get bitter and angry. Why? Take responsibility for you first. What are you doing? How many hours of sleep are you getting? How much hours of work are you putting? What is your diet like? What is your mental state like? Who are your friends? Who do you surround yourself with? They don't say this stuff in school, right? And even all these TikTokers and YouTubers, they don't talk about any of this stuff. They don't want to. Why would they? A lot of these people don't even know. They're just saying things because they saw someone else saying it. They don't actually know. They've never experienced it. Oh, they will experience it. Trust me, they are going to experience it. And this is what I was saying. Show me the bad stuff. Show me your things where it went. Show me your failures. Show me your rejections. Don't show me the good stuff. I'm not going to get anything from your good stuff. So this is what I'm saying, right? Focus on the things that makes you feel uncomfortable. The questions that you don't understand, start doing them. Doesn't matter. Forget about your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings. It's as simple as that. Facts don't care about your feelings. And I might sound very harsh here, but I'm just telling you the truth. I know probably, again, this is what I say, probably a lot of people won't like this, but listen, if you want to get better as a person, the truth, you need to know the truth. You need to get grips with the truth. There's no point of sugarcoating it. So that's the second step, I would say. Now, the third step is losing marks. Okay, losing marks. This is very important because there's so many different ways you can lose marks. The first way is, this is what I always say this, right, to the students, is that when you've done questions, essay writing is a bit different, but like the sciences, the maths, when you do these questions in the exam, you want to check at least minimum 3 times. Double check minimum 3 times. I would never have got my grades if I did not check 3 times. Trust me, I realized, bloody hell, how many marks I've lost by just doing it the first time. And I thought I understood everything, right? But then only when I checked it 3 times, I realized, oh my gosh, I lost marks here, I would have lost marks here, I would have lost marks here. You need to check it 3 times. That could be the difference between your A to A star. That's one. And then the other one I said was reading the question properly. A lot of people make this mistake. They don't read the question properly. They read the question in a way that they think should be answered, but it's not what the question is asking. They're kind of answering it in a way that they want it to be answered. No. You got to read the question properly, underline any keywords, any information that you can use, especially, for example, like problem-solving questions. Try and extract the problem and write it in your own words. If it's numbers, something that you can take, because that will give you a better understanding of the problem. And then from there, you'll be able to solve the problem. So that is very important. Read the question. If you don't understand the question first, read it again 2-3 times first to just kind of digest it. And then the other one was, what was it? Was read and take out the information and write it down in a way. Yeah, well, which is exactly what I said. Read the questions, right? So you got to read the question and make sure that you understand what the question is asking. Now, the fourth one is exam techniques. Okay, so this is I kind of learned this the hard way through my mocks, and then I decided not to do it again in my real exams because I think that kind of put me off mentally and actually gave me a bit more stress than I anticipated. So the first thing is, whatever exams that you do, when you have the paper, right, some people do this, and I don't know, listen, if it works for you, it works for you, but I don't think it'll work for most people, is don't be going through the paper first to see what kind of questions come. before you even start the paper. Don't be going through the question paper and saying, oh, this. Do you know why? Because that is going to put you off. It's going to kind of take your mind off things. It's not going to take your mind off things. It's just going to put your mind off straight away. Like, oh my gosh. And you see a question that you've never seen before and you're like, oh my gosh, there's a question. And then you won't be able to even answer the questions that you've revised for. So what I would say in here is, don't look through the paper. Just do the first question. Go one by one. It just mentally will save you. Mentally it will save you from the stress and pressure. Don't do that. It's very risky. Unless you're extremely confident, or you're the type of person that, oh yeah, give me any new questions and I'm going to tackle it. And you have some sort of, I don't know, thrill about it, then fine, go for it. But for majority of you, I don't think that's a wise move. Don't do that. The other one is technical subjects like maths, sciences. If there's formulas or other things that you need to memorize, or just paragraphs or definitions, one good trick is, when you start the paper, before even answering any questions, quickly write down the things that you memorized. If it's formulas or definitions, just write it down. Because the reason why is, it's fresh in your mind and you're just putting it down without even looking at the questions first. So that means that when you are looking at the question, you can look back and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I've written this out. Okay, let me copy this, bang. Because sometimes when you're doing the questions, you might not remember it properly, if that makes sense. So just to kind of take from your mind and put it on the paper, that's a good way as well before doing the questions. I did that. So the mistake that I said that I did was, I looked through the paper in my mocks, and that kind of messed me up, because I was like, what the heck is this? And then when I was trying to answer the questions that I revised for, I wasn't able to, because my mind was kind of all over the place, because it got shook by seeing those questions. So don't do that. Write the formulas that you've memorized or definitions before even doing the questions. That's also a good tip. And so that's that, exam techniques. And then, okay, the last one is how to answer any questions. Now, the way for you to be able to answer any questions that come, it comes from one simple thing, one simple thing. And that is to do as many practice exam questions as possible. Different types. I'm not saying repeat exam questions. This is what a lot of people say, just repeat. No, don't repeat. If you repeat, you know what you're repeating. What you want to do is try different types of questions, even old spec. You want to test your knowledge. That's the best way to know how much you understand. Some of these people are saying, oh, just make sure you just practice exam questions again and again until it sticks in your mind. It's going to stick in your mind. If you know how to answer it for the second, third time, it's already in your mind. You're not learning anything. The best way for you to, and this goes back to my second point about feeling uncomfortable. The best way for you to do that is for you to try different types of questions. This is the things that they don't say. They all sugarcoat it. Just get down to the truth, man. Literally do different types of questions. Go to the old syllabus. Doesn't matter, because you want to get accustomed to the different types. You want to know how you, like, how do I put this? You want to get body shots from different types of questions that you've never seen, so that you kind of know how to react. You kind of see, okay, how does my mind react when I see something different? You want to be in that kind of environment. You want to be in that kind of, you want to put yourself under that stress. It's a good stress. It's a good practice. Don't be doing exam questions, repeating exam questions. You know it. If you know it, you're wasting time. So the way to answer any exam questions is get yourself accustomed to different types of exam questions. Put yourself under different, even if it helps, try and do different syllabus, different boards. Doesn't matter. You're not wasting time, because you never know. In the exam, they might come up with a different question that you might see a pattern. Hold up, this question was asked kind of similarly in a different exam board, but because I've done that as extra practice, okay, now I get it. The person who puts the extra work is the one that will eventually be accustomed to the different challenges that come. If you just do the work by just practicing exam questions again and again and again, you're not learning anything. You're not expanding your mind. If you know how to do it, go and do something else that's different. Don't be repeating. I learned that the hard way. I did that with maths. Like, for me, I knew what I was doing, but then I wasn't challenging my brain enough. So that's what I would say. Okay? And look, I know some of the things that I've said kind of probably might have been a bit harsh, or some of you might be like, oh, this guy's too harsh, or etc. But listen, this is the truth. This is the truth. If you want to become a better individual, if you want to improve as a person, I have to tell you the truth. Or else there's no point of me doing this channel. I might as well just delete my YouTube channel. There's no point. I've come here to say the truth, to tell you, to be honest, how to kind of deal with these things. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to be those kind of YouTubers and TikTokers that are like, hey guys, today I'm going to do this. Today for breakfast I got this, and I'm going to do... Man, just get on with it, man. Just get on with it. So hopefully you guys taken something from this video and it's helped you out. Listen, if you do these steps, one by one, and make sure you do them properly, you will see things improve. Your mindset will improve. Your confidence will improve. The level of challenge that you want will start increasing. You're not going to get scared anymore. You're not going to be fearful because you're now inviting the challenge. You're opening yourself up to the challenge. Okay, challenge me. I'm open. What have you got to lose? What, you're not going to get the grade? Yeah, I don't know about that. You won't get the grade if you don't challenge yourself. That's how I look at it. You might as well challenge yourself. Who knows where you'll go? Who knows what levels you're going to rise? Everything starts from zero. When are you going to start? Peace.